Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the GirlBoyPodcast. I am your host, Matt.
And I'm Emma.
And we're back again. This episode, we plan to talk about smooth talking. No relationship stuff at all.
Yeah, no.
This is strictly for people who are single and looking to talk to people, looking to pick up girls, looking to pick up guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in this episode, we really want to get inside of the other person's head. Like, Matt is going to really try to, talk about, what he likes to hear from girls, and I'm going to really try to talk about, what I like to see and hear from guys.
Yep.
It's not going to be, me giving the girls advice and him giving the guys advice. It's going to be very perspective.
So if you followed our Instagram, we asked a certain question.
Yeah, we asked the question, where is the worst place to hit on someone?
And the first place that we decided that was the worst place to hit on someone is
the gym.
And I agree with this 100%. I hate being hit on at the gym. And my reasons is because of this. When I go to the gym, I'm planning to focus on working out. I have a priority. It's what I do. So when I'm in the car and I'm listening to music, I'm pumping myself up. I'm getting ready to go into my lift. I'm getting ready to, just absolutely destroy it. I have my headphones in. When I have somebody that comes up to me and hits on me, I'm not, you're almost an annoyance to what I'm trying to get done. I'm trying to accomplish a task.
Yeah, it's just wrong place, wrong time. It's very, you walk up to someone and then what? They have to, they're out of breath and they have to take out their headphones and then, you're, taking the person's focus away from their whole entire workout. It's just
super
a nuisance.
Awkward. And the gym is like therapy for me, honestly. It's where I relax. It's where I calm down and, let out my anger. I don't need you talking to me midway while I'm trying to do my so-called thing.
It's awkward, too, because, when do you even walk up to a person? In between sets? Yeah. And what, do you just awkwardly stand there?
The other thing is people stare a lot at the gym.
Yeah.
And I know guys stare at girls a lot. Well, they're squatting.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you're hitting on someone at the gym is a very physical place. So if you're going to hit on someone, that person already knows. You're probably checking them out, their body. It can be intimidating to go to the gym already. So to have someone hit on you just kind of is oh God, it makes a person not even want to go back to the gym sometimes.
Yeah.
Or want to go at a different time of day.
As a matter of fact, don't you have a story?
Yeah, this was really weird because this literally had just happened to me.
As we're planning out this episode.
Yeah, as we're planning out this episode, I go to my gym a couple days later. And I'm on, this one ab machine. It's, the pull-up thing, and you can do ab exercises. You know what I'm talking about, right?
You're doing a workout.
Yeah, I'm doing a workout. And I finish a set, and I, get my phone or something. And when I get up from getting my phone, I see this dude standing there. And we have masks on, so I'm what is he doing? And he's okay, I promise I'm not trying to sound like that guy. But you are probably one of the prettiest girls I have ever seen. And in my head, I'm really? Because I'm wearing a freaking mask. You can see my face. But he's do you come here every day? What'd he say? He's do you have an Instagram? So me, being the great girlfriend that I am, I say to him, I'm yeah, I do come here a lot. But I also go to the gym by my boyfriend a lot, too. And he was oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But I kid you not, I literally avoid going to the gym at that time now because I'm I just don't want this headache of seeing this guy there every single day. So, and in his defense, he didn't do anything wrong. He was very nice. He could have been oh, why does that matter? Give me your phone number, give me your Instagram. So in that way, it was okay. But still, the same thing. I'm there. I'm done with a set. I'm out of breath. I see him. I'm taking out my headphones. After that, I'm okay, what was I even just doing? What was the workout I was doing? It's just completely caught off guard. So
like we said before, and I'm not the jealous type either, so I could care less that some guy hit on you at the gym. I'm not I'm gonna go beat him up.
Yeah.
That was just
It's just so weird because we literally planned this.
I wish it was like more creative.
Yeah.
And like he had a better way of
and never sound like I'm not trying to sound like that. Never say I'm not trying to sound like that guy, because
you sound like that guy.
You are. Like, you're not fooling anyone, you know? So, I don't know.
All right, what's the next place that we got?
Work, which I think is the worst.
Go ahead, go into it.
I think work is just super, super unprofessional, first of all. But I also think you can't really escape. Like, if you hit on someone at work, you have to see them then every single day, you know?
Awkward, weird.
You can't escape it.
Yeah. When I look at work, I always go by the saying, never mix business with pleasure. Mm-hmm. All right. When I go into work, I'm not the same person that I am out of work. I'm like two different people. I'm there again to accomplish a task. You see like the little pattern here, places where you're focused, accomplishing a task. There's no escape from that person. You said like you're going to see them every day. Mm-hmm. It's honestly a distraction. It might like stop you from getting work done. And it's gossip. It's gossip for the office. Oh, Emma's hitting on Matt every day. And like she's just making him feel uncomfortable in a place where you're supposed to be there getting your work done.
Chances are too, I mean, I know this is like not the biggest thing, but like you can also just kind of get in trouble. Like if your manager finds out, it's like, hey, what's going on here? Like you said, like that's a lot of time protocol. Like don't mix business with pleasure. Because, you know, it's just weird.
That might be like a contact the HR and say, like, I feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the extreme. But I think in general, too, a lot of times at work, like, no matter what your job is, you kind of have to work with people in all departments. So, like, if you hit on someone, in a week from then, you might have to, like, do, like, a team thing together. Or you might have to, like, contact that person to finish the end of your like, you know, like, a lot of, like, work stuff is, like, group stuff. So, like, if you hit on someone and it doesn't work out and it's awkward, and then you have to actually work on a project with someone.
Yeah. And when we also think about work, you know, we're not only talking about the office, like going into an office and, you know, strictly business. A lot of people I know, and I absolutely hate this, hit on waitresses at the restaurant, like at the table.
So bad.
I absolutely hate this, and I'll tell you why. It's because she has to be there. She has a reason she's there. She's there to like make tips and take your order and get paid. So by you hitting on this girl, it's not the right place. And I hate being the guy that's watching you hit on the girl and trying to get her number. Like, I've never really ever seen that work.
It's like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, it's very
also,
cringy.
Like, it's unprofessional, and it's also that person who's like waiting on you, and if you're trying to hit on them and you're making them feel uncomfortable, that is so disrespectful. Like, that person is trying to do their job. They're literally serving you, making sure that your experience at wherever you are is nice and comfortable. By you hitting on them, that is the rudest thing you can do, especially if it's in a creepy way. Like, if you're trying to shoot your shot, you're literally shooting into the dark.
And like, you think you're like stop. Joe Smooth over here, and you're like, oh, yeah, look at me, like, hit on this waitress.
Yeah, no,
like,
you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you are being so rude and nasty. Like, if you don't want to sound like a creep, don't do it. That is not the place.
All right, the third worst place to hit on someone is when you're with your parents. You want to go into that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just kind of weird. It's not the worst place, but it's just weird. It's like, have some respect. I also look at it like, you know, meeting the parents in a relationship can be kind of a big thing. Like, when you initially go up to someone and want to hit on them and their parents are there, it's like, well, why don't you get to know the actual person first? Like, normally you meet the parents after you meet the person. You don't meet all three at the same time.
You don't just get the whole shebang, the whole show in one.
Yeah, and like, I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say.
But now, with that said, yeah, it is very awkward and stuff, but I also do not agree with this too, because if you're getting hit on, your parents can kind of be a safety net for you. You can kind of commingle your way out of the conversation, because like, you know, I can go up to my mom and just be like, hey, I'm like, this girl's hitting on me. Like, I'm trying to get away from this like creepy situation. So your parents can be there for a safety net.
Mm-hmm. I think too, like if you are out with your parents and someone's hitting on you, you can be like, hey, listen, I'm actually here with my parents right now. Mm-hmm. Like, this is just not the time, or like, I'm trying to have family time, like, you know.
Yeah, but parents can also be bad at the same time, because they'll go, oh, that girl's so cute, Matt, you should go up to that girl and talk to her, she's really cute. Like, I
feel like parents can kind of like egg things on, and they'll be like, oh, like, yeah, no, he's single, like, you know, like, or she's single, like,
it's happened before,
like, you guys would be so cute together. It's definitely it's tricky.
And the last place that we have to not hit on someone is church. Now, I think when you think about church, you're literally there at church to worship your holy leader. And I don't know, I just feel like the religion thing with the whole hitting on things, it's just not the right place.
It's weird.
But you think you have a different opinion on this.
No, so I do think church is weird. That's inevitable. That's just like not why you're going to church. You're not going to church to pick up a cute guy. Like, I don't think that's the purpose. But I do think for some people, church can work out and has worked out, because say you go to the same church every single week and, you know, like, you're super religious. Like, religion makes up like half of your life. Religion is a huge thing for a lot of people. That is like their foundation, and what's what they grew up on. So like, if you do go to church every single week and you see another person who goes to church every single week, that could be a big thing. A lot of people, they only want to marry within the same religion, and then being part of the same church is even more of a bonus. So with that, I do see it. Me personally, I don't go to church every week. Like, it'd be weird if I went to church randomly and then the guy hit on me. I'd be like, okay, this is not the place. I'm kind of here for something else, you know? I
go to church probably 2 times a year, so I feel like I get what you're trying to say. You're saying that if your religions like match up, if you're just as religious as the other person and you're both super in a church and you see each other all the time, but if you see me there around like Christmas time or Easter and you just think like, oh, this kid's really cute, I'm gonna try to hit on him.
It's weird.
I think it's weird.
Yeah, and we had someone say church and like give us a story, and so it definitely happens. But with church timing approach, like, read the surroundings.
I've never been hit on in church, but I think that there's a possibility I have been, but I just didn't even think about it because it's church. But the weirdest place I've ever been hit on.
Yeah, where is the weirdest place? I want to know.
Was actually a couple months ago. I got in a car accident at a light. I got rear-ended, and I was so like flustered at the situation, like getting rear-ended. Like, I was literally sitting at the light and it was just like boom, and I was just so mad. So we pulled over on the side of the road, and it's these 2 ladies that were coming from a bar, and they might have been drinking a little bit. So we started exchanging insurance information. I get the girl's number, just in case there wasn't any like damage done or anything like that. And as we're going to pull away, because, you know, it's not really that big of a deal, I didn't have any marks on my car or anything. The girl goes, you know, like, I'm so sorry for crashing into you, but I'm glad that I crashed into the most handsome boy on the highway.
It's like...
And the other girl was was halfway out of the window going, you're so cute, you have no idea.
Yeah, that's just, they had to have been drunk.
So Kim and Tammy, thank you so much. Wait,
how old were they?
They were like in their 40s, and they were most likely drunk.
Yeah, I would say if they smacked into your car that was like standing still at a light.
I don't know if they were trying to hit on me or just trying to get out of the situation that they were in.
Yeah, but that is weird.
Yeah.
That is definitely weird.
Okay, so we've narrowed down all the bad places to hit on someone. Mm-hmm. Now let's get into the good part.
Mm-hmm, the good places. Mm-hmm. I think we can both agree that one of the best places to hit on someone is the bar.
Mm-hmm. I think the bar is the best place because of the vibe and like everything that goes into it. You know, you literally go to the bar to like get dressed up. You're with your friends. You're drinking, so you have a little bit of confidence, a little bit of liquor in you, and you're expected to kind of
talk to people. You're getting ready. I know, like, girls get excited to go to the bar. They dress up, they do their hair. Like, it's like, wow, you feel like your best self when you go to the bar. And I know guys feel the same way. So, like you said, yeah, you kind of go to the bar, like, you're not going to the bar to, like, not talk to anyone, you know?
Yeah, you're going to talk to people you don't know. And and I've had a lot of good conversations at the bar, like, interesting conversations with people.
Yeah. I think, too, like, the bar is a really good place to talk to people because it's open, it's friendly. If it's awkward, you can always run away. Yeah, you're with your friends, hopefully. Yeah. You're not alone.
Don't go to the bar alone.
Yeah.
Never go to the bar alone.
Yeah.
Like, I understand if you're going there to have a beer, but that'd probably be a casual bar. Do not go to, like, a mobbed bar alone by yourself to go pick up girls. Always be with your friends.
Yeah. So, either whether the conversation you had was awkward and you're trying to get away from the person hitting on you, or if you hit on someone and got rejected, like, you can kind of, like, laugh it off with your friends. And also the bar, like, you have a lot of options. You might talk to someone. You might read their body language. It might not have been a good conversation. 10 minutes later, you can go up to someone else. Like, there's a lot of people at bars.
Yeah. So the second place that we have that we think is a great place, which is also like the bar, same surroundings, same thing, is a party, right?
Yeah.
A party is the same thing. You get dressed. It's just like the bar, except you don't have to be 21, 18 to party, 21 to drink.
Yeah, and the same thing with a party. It's kind of like conversations come easy, like the liquor's flowing, the convos are flowing, like it's easy to hit it off. A lot of times you know people at the party. Yeah. Or, you know, you can kind of walk up to a person and it can be a conversation starter, like, oh, like, hey, like, you know, like,
parties are started.
Susie. I always say Susie.
Parties are started because it's always the friends. Like, it's everyone knows each other somehow. So it's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. So everyone at the party somehow is connected.
Yeah, conversations can be very easy. The only thing with a party is that parties can get super sloppy. I mean, I know the bars.
And crazy.
Yeah, I know bars can
super
too.
crazy.
But you don't
There's
have
no bouncers at a party.
Yeah. So
there might be a fight. Some dude might be running around naked.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, people can be sloppy. Like, don't go up to a girl who's, like, passed out on a couch and be like, what's going on?
What's up? I'm trying to,
like, can I get
so
your
pretty.
Number? Like, it's like, no, like, let her go. Yeah. But also, like, be careful. Like, hitting on someone can, like, turn into, like, a hookup really easily if you're at a party. So play the game depending on, like, where you want it to go. Like, if you want to genuinely talk to a person, you know, hitting on someone at a party can be difficult. Yeah. It can get sloppy fast.
And to add something, with the current, with what's going on right now with bars and parties, like, COVID is literally, like, diminishing all social interaction, like, of even, like, this stuff happening. Like, you can't go to a bar right now and hit on someone. No. You can't, like, sadly. Some people have parties, but, like, you know, they're not as big as they used to be, and you know, people get COVID and stuff, and COVID's really been ruining this for, like, the best places to hit.
And hopefully soon enough. I mean, I think we all hope that things will go back to normal.
The next one was a coffee shop.
I really do like this. I think coffee shops are very easygoing. They're not sketchy locations.
The vibe is right in coffee shops.
It is. And, like, if you want to have, like, a genuine conversation sober, like, I think a coffee shop is a good place. Like, if you like, really want to talk to someone and have, like, a good conversation, get to know someone, and not just, like, word vomit everywhere like you would if you were drunk.
It's definitely, like, a civilized place. And honestly, like, when you ask someone out somewhere, like, sometimes it's not right to just be like, hey, let's go get dinner or something like that. Like, a lot of my friends always say, like, hey, let's go get coffee somewhere. That's more like of a place you can settle down, and it's easy to escape. You can get out of that. But I also do feel like, coffee is it's like an energy, like, the coffee beans.
Fuels.
So I feel like it can fuel the conversation, and you can be like you can really talk to each other and get to know each other and be on the same level because you're both like drinking coffee or your espresso or whatever.
And I think also it can kind of fuel the conversation in a way that, like, you can literally talk about coffee. Like, like you're at a coffee shop. Say, like, hey, what's a good roast here? And that can be intimidating.
Yeah.
But I think that it's like a really respectful way to hit on someone. You don't look creepy. And honestly, like, if we weren't dating, obviously, if someone did that to me, I'd be like, wow, that was really, really nice. Like, that was really nice of them.
Our last place to hit on someone would be a dog park. And I really like dog parks, but unfortunately, I don't have a dog. So if you don't have a dog, don't go to a dog park.
Because then you're just going to look like that creep who's, like, lurking.
But a lot of people do have dogs, and I feel like a dog park is a place where it's so easy. The conversation's like, what type of dog do you have?
You have
automatic
connection.
An automatic connection because you have similar interests within that person.
You just have so much to talk about, too. You can be like, hey, have you been to other dog parks around here? Like, do you know of any other good places? You can literally talk about your dogs. It's safe, it's outdoors. So, with COVID, if you are like only wanting to go outdoors, that's easy. And it also, meeting someone at a dog park shows that they have responsibility, which I know for some people looking to hit on someone and talk to someone, that's like a major thing. Obviously, if you want to, depending on how far you want the, future relationship to go. If you're just hitting on someone to like hook up with them, that's different.
Alrighty. So, you've heard the good, you've heard the bad places, but now let's get into the cream of things. And let's talk about tips for going up to someone and approaching someone. So, Emma,
yes,
what do you like about when a guy comes up to you? Like, take me through the mind of a girl and tell me what you like about being hit on. Like, what do you like?
Well, I think the best thing a guy can do when they go up to a girl is make them laugh. I think a lot of girls would agree with that, or a lot of guys would agree with that. Just make them laugh, joke around. Don't pick on them. Don't be like, wow, those are some cool shoes. Like, they'd be like, dude, get out of here. Why are you being an a-hole? But, like, joke around. If you're at a bar and, like, something weird is going on the other side of the bar, like the bartender's doing something funny, joke about it. Make them, like, genuinely laugh. I think that's so important. I also think a major thing that a guy can do when hitting on a girl is make the conversation unique. If you're out somewhere, that girl might have gotten hit on 5 other times that night.
And with the same boring old phrases, hey, you're cute, you're really pretty.
Like, make things spicy. Make her, like, remember the conversation. And when I say spicy, I'm not saying, like, sexual, but I'm saying, like, say something that she's gonna remember. Say something that she's gonna go back to her friends and be like, you know what? Like, I had such a cool conversation with this dude last night. Like,
yeah, when I was back in the field a couple years ago, my go-to questions were always, it was, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Yeah. Because you can, I don't talk a lot because this, that, and the third. And my second question, which is a little better, was, what's something on your bucket list, something you want to do before you die? And these 2 questions you can talk about. You can talk so much more.
And you can, like, get to know someone, too.
A lot better.
I really like that. And like I said, like, if I had a conversation with a guy and he did something like that and it wasn't just like, oh, what do you do for work? Do you live around here?
Yeah, you stand out. You stand out from the rest.
It's like the same generic conversations. It's like, all right, like, because then you have, like, you always talk about that same stuff, you know? So I think those are just simple, easy things that a guy can do that aren't creepy, that are cool. So,
those are all your likes?
Yeah, what are yours?
Mine are, and they're kind of similar to yours, but when a girl comes up to me, because girls really don't come up to guys that much. Let's talk about how girls don't like come up to guys and hit on them. It's usually guys coming up to girls. And I feel like girls are so harsh on themselves about rejection, especially like with their friends. Like, oh, I just got rejected. Like, blah, blah, blah. They make a big deal. Like, it doesn't matter. You should want to hit on guys. If you think a dude's cute, go up to him and spit some game. But what I like is, I like when a girl comes up to me. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind if they touch me. I really don't mind if they touch me.
Well,
as long as you're not slapping me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't mind like a touch on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like how you doing? But or like that. Yeah. That's fine. Don't be like punching me or anything like that. I like when they're assertive and they let me know, how they feel about certain situations. You have to have a sense of humor. That's always important with me. You have to make me laugh because I like to say jokes and I think laughing is just like, it's similar interests.
It sets the mood right.
Yeah. And then I'm a big guy on body language. You look at me, you smile, you blush, you talk to your friends, you look back at me. I'm big on the whole body language thing.
Same. I should have said that too. I agree. Yeah.
You like body language. And then last but not least, have a flowing conversation. Be able to like talk. So those are my likes. What are some?
That's me too. And also, I just thought of something actually when you said body language. Going with body language and like showing emotion, also body language with like read the other person. Like if that person is like trying to get away, don't keep being aggressive. When a guy can read body language and see like that he's making you uncomfortable, that's that's a good thing. Don't be numb to that, you know?
We're so into like technology these days that I feel like body language is so misinterpreted now and people just don't even care. They'll just keep going up and talking to you and annoying you, and it's just like get to the point where you're just like, dude, please stop. Like get away from me. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I do understand that. So what are some of your dislikes about what guys do?
Being aggressive, which I kind of just went over, like walking up to a girl and like just being like just hammering her with like questions and like trying to like get her to like like what's your number, like can I follow you on Instagram, like follows you on Instagram at that second.
Oh wow.
Like that's just not nice. Not nice when guys are cocky. Oh my god, if you're trying to shoot your shot, don't be cocky, because girls don't care. They don't care. They do not care. It doesn't matter how hot you are. Doesn't matter what you've done in your life. They don't care. Let them talk too. Like when a guy just talks about himself the whole time, the girl's probably like, okay, like
a lot of people are selfish and just love to talk about themselves. Oh my God, I got a new job. I got this. I got that. And it's just like, all right, well, is this about me?
Yeah. Like, did you come up to talk to me, or did you just want someone to like brag to?
Yeah.
About like brag.
So many people are like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think that is being cocky, talking about yourself is just terrible. Oh, also I think like guys think that like hitting on a girl is just looking at them. Sometimes guys like take a girl looking back at them as, oh, she's hitting on me. It's like, no, she's probably just looking back at you because you've been staring at her. Why don't you go up to her and try to talk to her? Like I body language is a big thing. Like try to like read a person.
It gets misinterpreted a lot.
But sometimes it's like guys think that just looking at someone across from the bar, like I've been at the bar and I've just seen like a guy staring at me.
It gets misinterpreted
and like
a lot.
smile at me, and I'm like, okay, what is he trying to do?
Yeah.
That's not hitting on someone.
All right.
Yeah.
Those are all your dislikes?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's...
All right. Yeah. Well, for me, like, my dislikes are it's honestly two things. Don't show off. For some reason, I feel like girls sometimes think that it's like a talent show when they're, like, hitting on a guy. Like, oh, I'm, like, the best softball player ever. You don't have to, like, brag or like, show off to me. You just have to be able to talk. Like, I don't want to hear like how, I don't know. I feel like girls, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I think that a lot of times girls think they have to like prove themselves.
They're like, I'm strong. I could beat you in an arm wrestle. Like, I don't care about that. Or like, I have like a great job. Like, I like make like $100K a year and I'm only 24. I hate that. It's like, who cares? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do other than that? Like, do you just like to brag to people and think that, like, I'm going to like you because your job is awesome? Like, no.
Yeah.
That's a bad trait to have.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, and this is the biggest thing, because when I was single, this happened a lot. When I would talk to girls, they would just be so dry, like, and I almost feel like the how pretty a girl can be is like, you know, that's just the outside of her, but like, what's their personality like? Personality is such a big thing. And when I go up to a girl and they're like, yeah, okay, awesome, what? All right, okay,
Don't do that.
like, but like, come on, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like talking to a brick wall.
It's like you're talking to a brick wall, and they just expect, they're just like, they come to like the bar and they just expect guys to hit on them all night, and that's to be
pretty. That. Yeah.
You have to have personality. You have to like show. You have to show like what your worth is.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
I think
just a one-way
guys
thing.
can do that too sometimes. Like a guy who thinks he's hot, kind of just thinks that, you know,
he can just sly you away with his moves. He can just
like stand there and be like, "Hey, what's up?" It's like, no, like keep the conversation going. Like have something to talk about. You know,
Yeah.
Like if you're just gonna walk up to a girl and stand there, and it's like, come on, like do better, buddy. Have something planned.
And I think that's all my dislikes. Don't show off, and make sure the conversation's dry, like not dry. You know, be a person. Don't be a brick wall.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna get into. We said we would get into some fan mail, so we are going to get into some fan mail. We've had a lot of people write to us through email, through Instagram. If you guys got any stories, we're about to read some.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate on Instagram, Twitter, Gmail, whatever. Everything's at GirlBoyPodcast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and thank you for everyone who did write in, because we got some really good stuff.
Yeah, you guys absolutely killed it.
Yeah, so thank you.
It was great. So we are going to read some stories. We have some questions.
And I actually have a question for you that someone wrote in.
Great.
And kind of goes with what we were just talking about. But
Nice.
What are your thought process? Like, what is your thought process when you go up to a girl and the person said, like, are you worried about not sounding creepy? Like, do you have a game plan, or do you just go up to a girl and like be like, what's your number? Like, what do you do? Do
you want my thought process, or do you want a guy's thought process, or do you want both?
Give me both.
Because I'll give you both.
Yeah, give me both.
Because I think I'm not far off from a guy, what a regular guy would probably do. So what are we at a bar and I see a girl I like?
I think this is just like in general.
All right, if we're at a bar and I see a girl that I like, I'm huge on the body language. So I want to look at this girl. I want to see if she's looking back at me. I want to see if we make eye contact. If we make eye contact, I want to see if she smiles, if she blushes. And I want to try to be able to read that. If she's not really making eye contact with me or looking around like she doesn't want to be talked to, I'm not going to go up to her, you know, because maybe she's got a boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'm trying to figure out a way to get in to talk to her. So I'm looking around the bar. Maybe there's a fight going on. Maybe there's a cool picture on the wall or something like that. And I'll go up to her, and it's something in the moment. You know what I mean? I can't just be
so
like
you're like
a one-liner.
Planner. You like to plan a little bit before you go
Before I go into something, I definitely orchestrate around. I'm like, wow, that girl's pretty. I'm going to go up to her, talk to her. What should I say? Right? Maybe there's a fight going on. So I go up to the girl, and I'm like, oh, my God, did you see that fight over there? That's crazy. And then, you know.
Yeah.
From there on, we'll try to...
So do you think most guys are like that, too?
I do. I think some guys don't look at it strategically. They just... Because you'll get the guys that will go up to a girl right away. Just be like, this girl's pretty, gorgeous. I'll go up to her. Talk to her right away. And not even really know what to say. Some guys, you know, just look at a girl, think they're really pretty, and don't say anything at all. And then there's guys in the middle like me who gotta kind of orchestrate what they're gonna say before they go up to someone. Gotta let the brain process a little
so
bit.
Typically you try to plan out a way that it's gonna be like you're not gonna sound creepy.
How about you? What do you do?
I think
say you see a cute boy at the bar.
Yeah, I definitely try to read his body language, because it's hard, you know, like the girl never wants to come across as she's like obsessed with a guy, which I know that's like a stigma that guys hate, because like you said, you were like, no, I'd rather have a girl come up to me.
I don't mind girls coming up to me.
Yeah. But I think girls are like, oh, he's going to think I'm obsessed with him. Like,
Never.
oh, like he's going to tell his friends, like, oh my God, she has a crush on me. Like,
it depends
whatever.
how mature the guy is.
Yeah.
For those kinds.
But I would say like same thing. Like I would read a guy's body language, and I'm a sarcastic person. Like if I'm going to talk to you and be the first one to talk, I'm probably going to want to make a joke, you know? So, yeah. I think
You're going up and making a joke?
Yeah, I'd probably make a
body
joke.
Language?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we're on the same page there.
And for guys who are like listening to this,
when I came up to you and hit on you, was I a creep? Like,
no, you weren't.
All right.
Did I show body language?
Yeah.
Was I a brick wall?
I know. I read you like a book.
Was I a brick wall?
I read you like an absolute book. It was a home run from the beginning. I was just like, "Yep, this girl likes me." Okay.
Oh God, relax. Okay, but now we're gonna read some stories that people wrote in about their experiences with bad hit-ons. So you can go first.
We're gonna read stories that we got emailed. So I'll go with the first one. Okay. This person said, there was a guy from one of my classes in undergrad that I was in a group with. After the class, he waited for me so we can get out at the same time and walk out together, which I didn't realize he was going to do until I realized he was trying to catch up to me to ask for my number. So this girl was in class.
Yeah.
This guy waited for her to get out of class and then tried to catch up to her to talk to her.
I'm like wondering, was he like chasing her down the hall?
I would guess. I guess it would
like,
have to
I'm
be
just like
something
envisioning
like that.
like a guy like running after.
What do you think about that situation?
Yeah, I think it's a little weird because were they working in a group at that time?
I think it said they were working in a group together. There was a guy from one of my classes in undergrad.
Yeah, it's kind of.
She was in a group with the guy.
Yeah, that's kind of
weird. And they got done with the group, and then after he followed her.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because then like you have to do the group project with him, and like it's kind of awkward. Like if that was the case with me, like, and I was that guy, I'd probably wait until that group project was done, or maybe even the semester was done.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, it's not cool because like, what if you get rejected? Now everything's just awkward from here on out. You got one?
Yes, I do. This person said, one time I was at a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, and this guy was like, "You're very pretty. Can I have your number?" And I gave him a fake number because I was hesitant and because he was a stranger.
If you go up to a girl right away and just like say, "Hey, you're really beautiful. Can I get your number?" 5 times out of 10, it's going to be a fake number.
Yeah.
You're not really like looking for a connection or something. You're kind of just saying like, "You're pretty. Do you think I'm pretty?"
Yeah.
All right. Now let's try to talk. That's the thing.
And there's so many people that get so like butthurt over that, like, oh my God, how immature, they gave me a fake number. It's like, no,
there's gotta be some meat to the conversation.
Try to have like some conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So I don't blame you if you give a fake number, especially if they're a stranger. You don't owe that person anything.
Yeah.
You know? You don't.
I agree 100%. My next story, I went to a bar and a guy that came up to me asked me for my phone number and then called it right in front of me to make sure it wasn't fake. Wow.
So that's funny because that kind of, like the last story, kind of goes how she gave, like the girl gave someone a fake number or the guy gave someone a fake number. And then
this guy walked around and made sure
that it was the actual
real
phone number. So he's definitely had this happen to him before.
That's an automatic block.
Yeah.
Automatic. That girl should automatically block that guy's phone. He's way too possessive. That's an automatic block.
Yeah, and that guy probably, if he's like making sure that like that was her phone number, he's definitely been the guy that has hit on someone and then they've given him a fake phone number before.
So now he's just trying to cover his angles.
Yeah. This person said, I've gotten hit on multiple times at work, and all of the times it's been awkward. So awkward, partly because I don't know how to reject someone nicely, but also because I will still see them at work. So either way, it's awkward. And then there was this other guy at work that wouldn't take no for an answer after I told him I had a boyfriend. So after she told him she had a boyfriend, he still wouldn't take no for an answer. And she works with him.
This goes to the whole work thing now. Like, it's just uncomfortable. And, you know, I guess if you're the guy, you're probably trying to think you're consistent. You're, like, consistency will work. But it's never going to work.
If a girl tells you no, or if a guy tells you no, it's a no. If they say they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, it's a no. It's even more of a no. Yeah. And you might want to watch your back, because maybe her boyfriend will show up at work and be like, what are you trying to do? I mean, that'd be crazy.
So this is my last one. And I thought this one was really cool. I went to the bar one night, and this dude wouldn't stop talking to me. He was just being annoying and not cool. He saw the background on my phone, which was a picture of my boyfriend, and he said, "You're way too cute to be with that." The nerve.
Oh, that's weird. That's bad. So that's really bad.
The background on the phone is the boyfriend. You're talking to the girl, and then you see the boyfriend, and you go, you know she has a boyfriend now, and your next word is, "You're too cute to be with that."
That's, like, embarrassing.
That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, that's really embarrassing. That's disrespectful. That is the worst way to get to a girl.
You're almost, like, jealous now. It's like an envy type of thing.
Yeah, and you don't even know them. Like, that's the first thing that he said to her.
I think he just was constantly talking, and then she had her phone.
Yeah.
And he saw the background.
That's bad. That's really bad. That's awkward too.
Yeah. Yeah. That was weird.
This one says, "My husband and I were downtown at bars with friends and met up with more friends of friends, and a guy who knew I was married hit on me. We were literally like 5 feet away from my husband. I was so stunned I physically walked away and texted my husband to come find me outside because I was so uncomfortable." That's bad.
So the girl's married.
And they're out with friends.
Friends of friends?
Yeah, so that guy wasn't even a stranger.
Oh my God.
Like, maybe they never had met, but, like, they were in the same group of people.
Married? If I see a ring on a girl's finger, she's off limits. On the ring finger, if I see a wedding ring, or just a ring in general on that finger,
that is crazy.
She's off limits. And if you think you could hit on a married woman, you need help.
With her husband right there, too.
5 feet away.
He's gonna, like, whoop your ass.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest story we got.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah, that's bad.
So it just shows you how people hit on people and how weird it can get.
And how desperate people can be.
They'll say anything in the moment.
Timing?
It's not good to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
When someone has a boy, like. You should ask the question, like, do you have a boyfriend? Are you single?
Mm-hmm.
That should be asked. I don't know when it should be asked, but it should always be asked. All right. Well, that was all the fan mail that we had. If you guys have any more cool stories that you want to talk about, maybe a topic you want us to talk about, hit us up at GirlBoyPodcast, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
Everything.
Peace.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.